Welcome to this interview of a very special man, Mr. Brig Hart. When we set this up, I asked Brig, I said, please kind of send me a little bit of a bio, a little background about yourself. I mean, I've known Brig's been a legend in the industry for 40 plus years. And when I asked him for that, I kind of expected him to share with me, some of his financial accomplishments, the kind of the lifestyle he's been able to lead. I mean, the homes and the cars and the boats and all these things, the planes and the beautiful tour buses he's traveled in and the kind of money that he's made. But this is what I got. And this is typical, Brig. He said the things that he was most proud of was, number one, his 42 years of marriage to his best friend, Lita, raising three just absolutely amazing kids. And, again, I've met his kids and they're everything he says. They're fantastic. And they're part of Stop Like Go. The other thing he talked about was the fact of building his ministry, his Christian ministry around business of, people helping people. And he really believes in that anybody that he's working with, he wants to help them to have the greatest success they could possibly have in life. And he understands that one of the foundations, has to do with your own convictions and belief. And as a strong Christian, those are one of his beliefs, and he's not shy about it. And I love that about him. And so he talked about that. And then it's just the thing of just, doing things that are worthwhile. Just, again, getting started, always looking forward, always helping people. So with that, you're going to enjoy this interview. It's fantastic. And please, I'll say it probably a couple of times throughout the interview. Listen closely. These are great words of wisdom that will help you become a success yourself. So with that, let's get into the interview. First off, obviously, we are thrilled that you're a part of Stop Like Go. I mean, it's amazing to me that you're the first person to not only reach, Blue Diamond, but do it as quickly as you have. And so tonight, guys, what we're going to do is we get this is going to be great. This is a treat for me and a treat for everybody that's on this call, because we're going to hear about from somebody that's done it at the highest level, and not for 1 year or 2 years or 10 years, but like myself, he's been in this industry for 30, 40 years. And so with that, Brig, let's get started, because we got a lot, and I want to hear from you. Number one question I want to start with is, why did you, as a young person, choose this industry to get involved in, the whole world of networking and relational marketing? Why?
Yeah, good question, Mark, because that's the very question everyone else is going to have to answer when they decide to put their toe in and test the waters a little. I think it found me more than I found it. I was in a position, I owned a bunch of businesses that were not doing well as the economy is right now, because that's one of the 5-star reasons people get in: timing. My timing was, it wasn't that I was looking, I was uneducated, all that stuff. I stumbled into a meeting. No, I was not invited. I stumbled into a meeting. I just happened to come into a clubhouse where they were holding a, meeting 40 some years ago. And I just sat in the back and listened, didn't know anybody. I sat in the back and listened. I never heard anything. I never knew direct marketing existed. I only knew brick and mortar, buying a building, renting it, putting inventory in, do advertising, hope and pray someone shows up. The light bill still goes on even when you don't. So I wasn't doing well. When I stumbled into it, the gentleman got my name, called me. He followed up, very key, and asked me if I would be interested in maybe being a part. I didn't have anything else to do. I had no other. So I said, you bet. Now, fast forward, the thing that I liked most about the particular direct marketing was the personal contact with people. It wasn't like, this was a different kind of a business. And I still talk about it being the people business. He really related to me and my situation. And he didn't tell me anything that I couldn't do. I mean, it's just, you buy products from yourself, you become your own business, independent contractor, you buy products from the company for yourself, you use those products. If you believe in them, the natural thing to do is tell other people about it. But they told me I'd get paid for not telling other people, but getting other people to buy in. That's why I call ours a premier members benefit program, because we're looking for people who want to buy into this kind of membership model. So I bought in. I could do everything they said I needed to do to succeed. Did I do well at first? No, I struggled like anybody else because I was trying to figure it out. And Mark, it was so simple. You just use your own products, you merchandise a little bit to people that don't get in, and you tell other people how to do 1 and 2, how to use and merchandise, build a group.
But you did that, and the thing that set you apart from a lot of people to get in, because you actually did what you just said. But you had that also. You had that something drive, persistence, because you've been one of the biggest successes in this industry. And I mean, and again, not everybody can do what you've done, and that's okay. But you've done it. So there's got to be there's something else too besides the fact that you did that simple messaging that people have to become successful. They don't have to have some sort of belief in themselves or some sort of conviction to do it.
Now you've hit on my hot button real quick. What I found out, Mark, like you found out when you started this business, when you started years ago, you have to find somebody that believes in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it alone.
Right.
You decided to take your products and services in this model and market through networking. So there's no middleman. So you have to find people that are looking for something more. And that is a key. You're looking for people who are looking. What I didn't know I was looking. My why, we say, find your why before your why finds you. I was going broke. This was an alternative. Didn't cost a lot of money to get started. I liked that. I knew other people wouldn't be opposed to, a small investment to get started. And then I realized it had no ceiling. You can make as much money as you want based on how many people you were willing to share it with and how much volume they could do. So what I realized, Mark, is I could do it. Did I do well at first? No. I learned that you have to get good at relationships. But you're right. You have to find people that want something more than what they have, and key, willing to do something about it. You ask why I separated myself from most. Mark, when I found out that I could literally set a goal as to how many people I want to share it with, how many people I want to put in, how much volume I want to do, I figured I could calculate it. I couldn't do that in my traditional business. It was all happenstance. It was all based on all the outside circumstances I couldn't control.
You knew that you could control your own success, your own growth, and your own. And so, Brig, but here's the thing. You had to also understand that you had to accept some rejection. Now, a lot of people can't handle rejection, right? The moment they get rejected, this doesn't work. I knew it wouldn't work. So how did you get past that? Because that's something everybody has to understand is going to happen. I mean, if everybody said yes, boy, the whole world would be a success, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get people to understand that rejection's okay? It's part of what you learn and how you grow. So how do you teach that? I know we're getting a little off, but this is so important to people for people to hear.
Yeah. Hey, we're in the people business, and there's all kinds of people out there. Here's the caveat. God created all of us, and he never created any two of us alike. Therein lies one of my challenges that I've learned to embrace. Everyone's different. But Mark, every human being is born by God Almighty, created them with a dream and a desire in their heart to accomplish something. Some of us lose that dream because, as you say, life gets to them, life beats them down, they give up on their dream, and they just settle for. I've never been that guy. I've always wanted more out of life, and I'm willing to do something. I tell people, and how do I overcome someone telling me no? My dream is bigger than someone telling me no. I don't attach my wagon to that person because, they tell me no. So if I attach my wagon to that person, I'm not going to make it. Listen, my dream's bigger than them telling me no. Does it hurt? Kind of. But I learned that they're not rejecting me as a person. They're rejecting the fact that they're not willing to confess or be realistic or honest with themselves about what their willing to do and not willing to. Some people just aren't willing to do anything. They want it for nothing. Their entitlement style. They don't want to face rejection. And I'm going, they're not rejecting me. They're rejecting an opportunity at this time. By the way, they may say, I always tell people there's three kinds of people that get in this thing, or that I show it to. Those that get in now, those that get in later, and those that never get in. Those that do it now, do it later, and never do it. But guess what? The never do it people, circumstances change in their lives, and all of a sudden their thinking changes, and all of a sudden they have to do something more. But I've never taken it personally when someone tells, hey, Brig, I'm not, even if they told me, hey, Brig, I ain't getting in with you. Okay, well, that may be legitimate in the day. So I had to change. I read books, listened to tapes, got around people like you, and I developed a better character about myself. But watch this. When they said no, I just grinned and I says, never say never, my friend, because things will change and I'm not going to forget you. I'll be back around. By the way, would you happen to know someone? And we're in the health and wellness. You happen to know someone that wants better health physically, financially. So I get a referral. So rejection is something that, yes, everyone's going to have to realize. Don't take it personally. You got to move on. There's plenty of people out there that want something more that don't have a vehicle to get them there.
Yeah. Okay. So I love that. That's so important. I hope everybody really heard that. I really heard what you just shared, because then you look at things differently. You go about your business, and a no's a no, and you move on. And you're right. I've always said a no is just a no until it's a yes. Because eventually you're right. People come around and go, you know what? Let me rethink that. So you can't take anything personal. I love that. So we got a lot of questions I want to cover, and I know we don't have a big timetable here, but I don't care if this goes a little longer, because this is so important for everybody out there. So next question for you is, obviously, the industry, you got in it, you've been in it for 40 years, you've made fortunes. I mean, and people don't realize how much money you probably made, but when it's hard for sometimes for people to fathom, you can get in, start with nothing, and end up making millions. And that's not everybody, but you're one of the examples of a person that has. And so why did you decide? Because you could have there's hundreds of network marketing, probably 1,000 network marketing companies out there, right now today. So why stop, like, go? I mean, we're a startup, we're young. That's usually a time where people are a little nervous because it's early stage, and you're a veteran. So why stop, like, go? Yeah.
Well, first of all, when Frank Kunze, sent me a text, he sent me a link with it, and I get a lot of them. You're right, because I've been successful in the industry. So a lot of people look. I didn't know Frank. Frank's a total stranger. I didn't know him. But you know what? Most time, I didn't answer him either. But the text I didn't discard. Somehow I just said, I think I'll look at this. I don't know the guy. He told me and he did it properly. Brig, no, this might not be for you, but I thought of you, thought you'd do well. He edified me a little bit, and I didn't even know him. So before I almost discarded, I said, I think I'll watch that. Mark, what happened? Number one, it was just unique. Your model's different. First of all, it's not a binary, not a unilevel, it's a hybrid. It's a matrix. Well, that got my attention. I said, wow, matrix. And then Mark Seaforth, I knew of you, didn't know you, but I says, okay, this guy's had some success in the industry.
Brig, do you realize I tried to get you in my other companies, and you turned me down? You don't even know it. You turned me down 4 or 5 times. You told me no, yet you said yes to Stop Like Go. So, ladies and gentlemen, what he just talked about earlier, you never know. So keep going. I just you don't even know you told me no, but you did. And some other companies.
See, timing is everything. I was probably involved in something else, and I'm very loyal. I'm very focused when I'm in something. I don't look left or right. And you're right, Mark. I was doing very well. Why would I give up? What I was doing. And I'm loyal to a company. I'm loyal to the brand when it's all in. And of course, things change. That's why I've done half dozen of these in my life, because the companies change sometimes, the leadership changes. But this one was interesting. It was unique enough, and I'm a different kind of a person. I actually like startup. I like to be, I have an apostolic gift spiritually, so I like to make things better than what they are. And you found that out, Mark. You've been at the good side, bad side of me, where when I see something that needs to be fixed, I'm on it, and I'm looking for how to make it better. And I won't stop
You're not shy, Brig, and I
Yeah,
love that.
not shy, not
And by
shy.
the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this, one of the reasons we're having the success we're having right now is because of you. Because you're the type of person that said, Mark, we got to do this. We have to do this. And again, maybe that's why you are here, because you and I just, for some reason, it was a good mesh. And because
One of my boxes, Mark, was having the leadership. First of all, it has the right heart. You and your wife have the right heart. I can tell you're not greedy and you're not like these guys that have to have this and all that. That got my attention. And you're not trying to do it. You're right about everything. You developed an advisory committee. You invited us on. That got my attention. You wanted input from the field because this was a new venture. But this was unique in many fashions, but it still had some of the boxes that I wanted. You had good products, good people behind you. The timing was good, like I say. I like the matrix, and I believe that it can be proven. A lot of my friends are waiting for me to prove it before they really jump in, and we're going to. Give us a little more time. But I liked your vision. You had a vision. Of course, you said some things that, got my attention. I said, boy, I can buy into that. Now, that's not going to happen overnight, but nothing I've ever done has. So right. I know that you got to get a few people before you get a few more. But I liked what I felt. My wife liked it. Was interesting enough because we got to be in agreement. We're a partnership. We do this together. And she says, hey, Brig, she says, you need to be doing something else anyway. You love being with people you've missed for years, not being apart. And I just saw an opportunity. The timing was right for me. 5-star is timing, people behind it, the products, the compensation plan, and a program for success. That's where I come in, the support thing. So all those boxes got checked and a few more. By the way, your heart was right, and that was a big one for us, and who you surrounded yourselves with. So I says, hey, I think this thing will have a shot. Is it perfect? Not at all. Nothing I've ever done has been.
It never will be, but we'll keep making it. We'll keep working at it.
Well, and that's it. You're open enough and pliable enough to change with what you need to and admit when, hey, maybe we need to adjust here and there. I like that. So,
Brig, how do you see your role? I mean, obviously, you're here now. You're, like I say, you're an industry legend, and we're thrilled to have you here. You're already setting records in this company, and we're just getting started. And I know you don't think it's anything yet. You're just saying, because you've told me, Mark, we're just scratched the surface. We're just getting this thing going. So, but how do you see your role as a person that's in the field? Just kind of how do you see your role?
Yeah, and I think it's this, Mark. How do I see the formulation of this model? You're the company, and you know your role. You're providing products, services, shipping them, administering the comp plan, you're doing logistics, expanding the company, expanding to different countries. You're analyzing all that, putting the team together to make sure that we have a good experience, because the second group, the people that you're going to attract have to buy into your model, what it is, what it pays, why it does. And then my role in being one of those people, the leadership will show itself. You don't have to, you think I'm going to go get some leaders and build this. Well, when you find them, let me know, because they're few and far between. Right. I told Mark this the other day. Leaders, somebody does what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, how they're supposed to do it. They do it right without being told. That eliminates 99.9% of every person on the planet. So, but there are people who desire to be a leader, and some are leaders of 10, some 50, some 100, some 1,000, some nations. That's biblical. I believe my role in this industry, being that I love the people, the relationship side of it, is providing the what, why, and how of building. In other words, I'm out in the field. I'm not manufacturing products. I'm not determining the price of product. I'm not shipping them. I'm not determining where you're going to. No, that's not me. That's not my gifting. My gifting is the marketing side. I love buying into a brand and then helping people to understand how they can do that and how they can benefit the most from that, how to exploit that position, because anyone can come in and they can go as far and as fast as they choose. You don't compare yourself to anyone. So my particular role is finding people, like-minded people, who buy in to those that model. You stoplight go, your product, your vision for the company, and provide them the what. What do they do? How do they do it? And more interesting, Mark, most people don't answer why you do it that way. Because I do not experiment with people. I teach proven principles. I've written 4 books now, and the book that most people would need now that applies to what we're doing, the why not you, why not now, you just asked me the question. The thing is, you asked why this, but I'm saying I've decided on this, but now I'm going out to the world and going, why wouldn't you do this, and why not now? The timing's good. The timing's right. We're proving the model, because here's what I believe. You build a model, you prove the model, you replicate the model. But in between there, once it's built and proven, you promote. And that's what you're doing now by even, hey, look at, we're seeing success in this. So you're promoting a model that we've proven. And my particular role is to connect with those people and help them to get plugged in so that they feel a part of the team. And by the way, there's no angst between me and the company. I'm an independent contractor. I am looking to you to lead this company, but people are looking to me and the people that come in to lead them and their organizations. What do we do? How do we do it? How do we invest our time to get the most? I want people to work this much time and make this much money. So helping them to work effectively and productively, and you can do that in this kind of an industry.
Okay, so I got one more big question. I love what you're saying. I hope everybody's taking this in, because I've been in this industry all my life, like you, and the things you're sharing are they're so true. They're just so true. And so what I want to do is end this interview with, and again, this is probably one of hundreds we'll do over this next 20 years or so. I don't know how long you're going to be working this thing, but the last one is, I know you said that, one of the things you'd like to do is maybe share some, over the years, you've got some pretty good tips on how to build and how to be successful. So what I want to hear from you is a few, and I'm going to call them heart-isms. So give me some of your heart-isms.
When my book, it's the Brigisms, but I like heart-isms. I like that. Well, let's start with this. I believe that success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal or dream. So every person that comes in, doesn't matter what their qualification is, blue collar, white collar, black, white, red, yellow, Catholic, Presbyterian, full gospel, doesn't matter, age, no matter. I'm looking for people who are looking for something. And one of the things I tell people is, one of my Brigisms is, you got to have a dream you're willing to fight for.
Right.
If you don't have a dream, something that motivates you beyond doing just what average people do, you'll be average. If you want to excel and step out, that's what I found out, just doing a little bit more than someone else does. Another one of my Brigisms is, when asked, what are the characteristics of anybody that's going to be really successful? 2 things: singleness of purpose and tenacity. Mm-hmm. When you get in this, everyone's busy doing what they're doing, but when you get in this, instead of treating it just like a hobby, which you'll start out at first until it proves itself a little more, when you decide this is it, you get laser focused, just like that laser. Not a shotgun approach. And I'll do a little bit here, do it. Singleness of purpose, eliminating all the minutia, because anyone can go diamond. I just went diamond and blue diamond. And yes, you're right. Hundreds of thousands of volume and making good money. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Very good money. But see, in the process, Mark, I was able to help people go owner and owner maker and bronze and silver and gold and sapphire, ruby, and emerald. Do you know that we've got all those levels now people have achieved? And another Brigism, what one person can do, so can another. So anyone can reach any level. We've now got them all the way up to diamond and blue. Now that we've broken through those barriers, kind of like Roger Bannister in the 4-minute mile, someone in Stoplight Go has gone owner maker, has gone bronze, silver, gold, sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond, blue diamond. Well, guess what? The path is laid now, and all they have to do is paint by the numbers. Another Brigism. You just don't replicate, or don't innovate, duplicate. Do what others have done before you. In other words, step in their footsteps. Do what they do. Follow the system. Why would you go out there and try something? Oh, it might work. No, you're experimenting with people, and that's the last thing you want to do. So everyone needs to get in. They have to have a dream. They're willing to do something about the willingness to work, the right attitude, because attitude's 99.9% of all success. It's another thing about you, Mark. Your attitude's always, I can do it, we can do it, we can make this happen. It's never, I've never seen you down. And attitude's 99 point all. Why? Why do you say that, Brig? Because if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. So you're 100% right. But the last thing is dream, work, willing, right attitude. You got to have a vehicle. This vehicle, relational marketing, for me, I've incorporated what motivates me. I am in the marketplace ministry. I love people. I want to encourage people. I want to build people up. This particular model allows me no limits to how many people I can approach. There's no territories, no bosses. I can go after any person. I'm willing to shake their hand, look in their eye, and there's plenty of people out there that are looking. But I promise you this, you got to have a dream that you're willing to fight for, because a man without a vision is going to perish. They're dead from the neck up. So I'm looking for people who have a dream, and I'm looking for those people who are willing to do something about it. And then it's real important. I just connect with them, build a friendship, and friends build the business. That's what makes it so special.
Sam Brig, I tell you what, this was so fantastic. I thank you for being here. And, everybody that's on this call tonight realize, like Brig just shared with you, he made blue diamond in a I can't even for me, I look and go, how did that happen so quickly? I even told Brig, this is something blue diamond, that's like 2 years off. No, not for Brig, but the truth is, if Brig, and you've said this, if you can do it, if people do what you just said, they can do it. You'll give them, you just say, hey, here's the
plan. Yeah. Mark, it was a matter of just exposing it. This business is nothing more than exposing new people to the products and the program. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no, some are going to say later. Right. You just need to expose. So what I did to hit those levels quickly, and so we just turned the dial. We showed more plans in less time. I could have shown it once a day. I didn't. I showed it 3 times a day for a month to hit this goal. And I told you I was going to do that. I was fully focused. So I just exposed it to more people in less time period. Now, I'm now backed off. You can't keep that up. That's a sprint. But now I'm getting into a rhythm to help all the other people do the same thing.
Yeah, and Brig, the beauty of this, and that's something I always wanted people to understand. Once you lay a foundation like you've laid, and then you don't have to go at that pace. You could, but who wants to?
No.
The idea is to enjoy life, But the beauty of this business is if you do that for a short period of time, like a sprint, then you can go back and just take it easy. And guess what?
Hey, now I'm not sitting back. I'm into my jog. I'm into my jog. It's just like, it's more like the Tour de France. Sometimes when they're going uphill, they're giving it all they got and they can't go fast. But then other times they can sprint and make up time. And other times they're just in the peloton. They just draft. And I'm right now drafting all the people because we can all go at this pace. I don't want to blow people out. They don't have to do what I do. Do half of what I do. Do a third of what I do. Just follow the leader. They can do what you do, and it's synergized. It's a team effort. The networking, relational marketing is not an individual sport. It's a team effort. I'm where I'm at because I help people do what they wanted to do. So together we accomplish this.
Well, Brig, thank you for being here. And again, great, just so much information for the field. I just, sometimes I think people tune out and don't listen. And that always bothers me because I'm thinking, I listen, like I'm listening to every word you said. Every word, I'm sitting there listening intently to what you're saying because I'm learning something. And I think that's the key in life. If you just kind of open your mind and listen, because if everybody just took what you just shared in this short little interview and put it into practice, you're going to have great success, unbelievable success, more than you ever imagined possible.
And Mark, before I get off, I would be remiss to say I'm going to give the last Brigism tip.
Okay.
If I had to give a tip to everyone out here, new, been in the business for like me a couple months, a year since you signed up, get started, stay started, don't ever quit.
Yeah. Wow.
Get in, get started, stay started, do what you got to start every day.
Yeah.
Stay started, don't ever quit. Quitters never win, winners never quit. My success story is I just never quit. Most people just quit before they hit gold. So get in, get started, stay started. Hey, let's go diamond. I want to break 2,000 diamonds and stop, like, go. That's a record. That'll take them to the billion level, and you can help us. You can do it.
All right. Thanks, Brig. Appreciate it so much.
Hey, buddy.
Okay.
See you.